everybody, what's up? It's NihonTiger and welcome to the Magicraft server. Yay! Dancing, yay! Dancing for no reason. But yes, we're here on the Magicraft server with a whole bunch of other people. And I am at the spawn library. So let me get this out of the way. Yes, this is the spawn library. This is actually part of the reason I'm on here. Is because I helped build this, and I did a lot of the exterior work. So if you like the fancy exterior design choices, you are welcome. Very, very welcome. I did a little bit of interior work as well, but this is our spawn library that everybody gets to come to. It's kind of our central hub, so to speak, and it looks really, really nice. So you are welcome. I'm kidding, but welcome to the Magicraft server. It is a modded Minecraft server set up by Mark and a bunch of other people on here who are his friends, colleagues, other people he just wants to invite, streamers, YouTubers, and whatnot. But here we are. This is the library. It's a little bare on the inside, some spots, but it's not too bad. So I had a few other people help us with this as well. It wasn't all me. As much as I might like to think that sometimes. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that egotistical. But seriously, this is a wonderful, wonderful library that was put together by Mark and Desi and Alan. Oviraptor helped out, Mosh, and of course myself. So, and Lutzy too. Lutzy, can't forget about Lutzy. He helped out as well. So we've got kind of an upstairs section here. Alan did most of the upstairs section. I had mentioned in the chat about doing a rotunda up here, and he did this, which very beautiful job. Lutzy did the extra towers. I did the first tower over there, and then Lutzy kind of came on and he threw down these towers, and I really like the final version of this. I think it looks really nice. And Mosh did the downstairs. The downstairs is amazing, and Desi did the kind of the study area over there, and he helped out with this too. So we've got a lot of stuff on the server, a lot of mods too. Got Railcrafts on here. It's really the only tech mod that's on here is Railcraft. We've got obviously Thaumcraft with the Eldritch obelisk that's there. We've got Twilight Forest, as you can tell. Someone's already put down one of all the lovely little, I guess, heads you can get. Very nice. I like this. So kind of a teaser of things to come. Can't go through the water class either. Bibliocraft's on here. You can see from the chairs and the cases and the bookcases. Obviously, Biomes of Plenty's on here. We've got Mistcraft over here. Over here we've got some Mistcraft going on. Some Mistcraft portals to go to different worlds, including Tropics for Tropicraft. And there's also on here, we had to fight off a iguana infestation earlier. There was a mistake that let some of the iguanas spawn in the overworld when they shouldn't have. Thaumic Tinker is not on here, or any of the Thaumcraft add-ons are not on here at the moment. So no forbidden magic, no blood magic. It's not on here either. No carpenter blocks, no chisel at the moment. This got moved. Somebody move this one. That got moved. That should not be. Who moved this? I must know. Okay, I must know who moved that. Somebody must have moved something, because that should be up on that little pillar. Strange, but yeah. Let's give a quick tour of around the server. On right now. Alan's on, T-Love Tech, Dark Fan, Camaro, Kiwi, El Deluke, Tavinia, Wild, and myself are on here. So we've had a couple of Mojanksters, or Mojanksters, or however they like to pronounce it. I think it's Mojanksters, have been on as well. Mark's obviously been on. Surge was on earlier. He's been on this weekend. Shogi has been on as well. So there's a couple others. I can't quite remember everybody who's been on, but there have been a few of them on too, which is great to see. And as far as what the server's goal is, the server's goal is just kind of to build a place where everyone can hang out, have fun. If it becomes popular, it does. If it doesn't, oh well. But I've always wanted to do a modded Minecraft series, so this is kind of my my second home of sorts for the time being. And we're going to be building all kinds of fun things on here. We're going to be doing a lot of magic. There's, so much stuff I can actually do on here, and I'm so happy that it's a magic-based mod pack, because I love the magic mods so much. They're my favorite mods in Minecraft, especially Thaumcraft. I've long said it's been my favorite mod in Minecraft, and I've really, really appreciated all the work that Asnor does, even if I don't necessarily like some of the stuff like the warp that he just added to the game in some of the more recent updates. So this is obviously our community wheat farm, community reed farm. It's not optimized, but you can always do that later. And we're going to be setting up a community mob farm at one point, and a community iron farm as well. And it'll be just one of those because we want to, I think, eliminate the... I had a burp there, but I had to eliminate the potential for lag. And the easiest way to do that is only have one of those. Oh, this looks so beautiful from here. So happy with how that turned out. But if Ilda Luke is here, he might be at his house. We can go pay him a quick visit. On the village, villagers are being killed by quicksand. No. Oh, that is the inappropriate face. You have to flip that way, Nihon. Other way around is completely inappropriate. I almost feel like perhaps we'll have to go and help with the village. I don't know if we should. I don't know if he's too far away. But yeah, this is where Yumi and Elda Luke live over here. This is their house. If they're not smart enough to not to build on quicksand, that's true. That's true. So this is where they live. And there's a village that's actually taking shape right over there. Toss him in a boat. Oh my goodness. But we live not too far away from the village. Alright, need to talk to the guys who made their brains. You mean the ones who aren't on right now? Yeah, there's a village over here, and there's a peck over here, isn't there? You a peck? Oh no, you're a horse. Okay. I apparently mistook a horse's butt for a peck. Interesting. But this is a village that's being kind of sprung up here. I like the houses that are starting to go up. And I think there's potential for us to build something here in the near future. So we've got some farms going, carrots, wheat, stuff that we can always raid and replant. Always remember to replant. If you're going to borrow somebody else's stuff. Here, I'll even plant a few more extra crops just because I'm a nice guy. But got ourselves more of everything over here. Looking really nice. That's a couple of nice houses coming along. There we go. Plant some more. Got some sheep here too. Oh, that's where all the sheep went. I logged on earlier and all the sheep were gone. We're not all the sheep were gone, but a lot of the sheep that were out here were gone. So that's where they've kind of been herded to. There's the Peck. Hey Peck, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, Peck Hunter? You're a hunter, right? Stalker. Okay, that's the technical term. Stalker. Peck Stalker. There you are, buddy. You want to come hang out with me? No. All right. We'll come check him out later. But first and foremost, we have to make our way to our super temporary base camp. Run by the creeper. Run by that creeper. Let him catch you. Got a lot of bread though. That's good. So, yes, sun is out. So this over here is our super temporary base camp. Made out of cobble. It's ugly as hell, but it's only temporary. There's my dog. One of them. The other one's in here sitting on my chest. Hey, dog. Oh, somebody, I must have. Did I bleach your collar white? I don't remember doing that, but I guess I must have. So, this is a temporary house. Got ourselves a bed, some bookshelves, a enchanting table, research table, our arcane workbench, furnaces, storage, and then downstairs is where our Miscraft books will go. That will link us back to spawn and perhaps to other people's houses. That might be really convenient. So let me just hop outside here. This is my reed farm, temporary small reed farm. May expand it in the future. Temporary small food farm as well. I ran out of food, so that's why I had to go back to spawn. because I was actually coming back from somewhere else. I was trying to get some more V for my wands so that I could do what I was going to do today. But we got ourselves potatoes and wheat, and there's a pig. So why I chose here is very simple. I want to build a small tower here, small tower going up through the forest, just perhaps above the tree line. And here, this right here, this big cove is actually going to be where I build my big project, which is going to be an airship. So we're going to build an airship that's going to be docked right here in the middle of this cove. And this is why I chose this. It's a nice little natural inlet, and I really think it will look nice when we actually have the airship done. But first and foremost, pig, you're not welcome in here right now. Please leave. But first and foremost, we need to come inside, and no, we're not doing our research table. We're going to be doing this. So we've got ourselves a couple of things here. We got some gold caps, great wood rod, and another gold cap here, because we're going to make a gold banded great wood wand. And that's because that gives us more V than what we've got with our iron capped wooden wand right now. And if you probably guessed, I have done a lot of research off camera. I'm also streaming from this server. I should mention that too. That's an important thing to keep in mind. I'm streaming from this server about once a week or so, and I'm also doing a YouTube series, so you'll see some jumps in progression. You know, one day you might come in here and take a look, and I might have all these wand foci taken care of, and that will be because of the fact simply that I did that stuff on the stream. You know, we'll have some stream adventures, some stream research, various things, but I'll also go ahead and probably over time I'll do some episodes simply where we break down the basics of Thaumcraft and kind of explain everything to you. I'm not going to do that today just because there's a lot of stuff that can go into it, and I can always do this at a later time. So we've got ourselves our wand here, but let's go ahead and grab some more research, and we can talk a little bit about research. We have a bunch of different aspects here. You get these aspects from scanning things with your thermometer. So I haven't scanned mushroom stew. Oh, I have an ender pearl. Oh, excellent. I scanned an ender pearl, and it actually gave me a clue to new research, which will be available in my Thaumonomicon. How cool is that? So let's see if we can find where it kind of scanned in at here. It doesn't always tell you exactly where it is, but sometimes you'll just see a little thing popping up somewhere that's available that was not available before. I bet it's under thaumaturgy. Is it under thaumaturgy? It's not under thaumaturgy. Interesting. Oh, but we can go ahead and grab the focus pouch. Might as well do that. So with research, there's two basic simple things that you need to know. One is that you need to have paper and scribing tools. So let's take a look. Let's do this real quick. Let me just right click out of that. Scribing tools are, you need a glass bottle, a glass file, feather, and ink stack or black dye to make scribing tools. And you'll also need those for your research table. But first things first, let's say we've got, what do we want to do? We've got advanced node tapping, and we want to get node preserver. So we click on that, and we get research node added to your inventory for node preserver. Now, as far as what to research goes, I always start with some of the basic stuff with thaumaturgy. So I'll start with great wood wand core, gold cap wands, wand foci, focus pouch. That's probably a pretty good, for the thaumaturgy stuff, that's probably a good first 4 to grab. Alchemy, I've already got a note from magical metallurgy, and a nitor and elementum are not only easy to research and find, but they open up essential distillation as well. And that's an important one that you want to get pretty quickly. Artifice, I've already got the research note for arcane lamp and goggles of revealing. I don't know if I have that on me. Interesting. But there's also 2 different types of research you probably have noticed, the shapes of these. You've got these hexagon shapes like enchanted fabric. They are ones that, let me just see if I can find one here. But they're ones that if you have these, like this wand foci frost, you can just click on these when you have the right amount of aspects. So we're short the 6 potentia for a shock. But if I had 6 shock and I already have 3 air and 3 precantatio, all I'd have to do is click on that and it would automatically give me that research. I don't have to go through and do the research table minigame. The square ones, on the other hand, I do need the scribing tools in the paper to get those. So for these, you don't need the scribing tools in your inventory to do it. So yeah, I've already got focus pouch. I can already make that without having to go through the minigame. But everything else that's a square, I have to go through the minigame. Hey, Clutho just joined. Oh, and these circular ones too. You also have to. The circular ones are also kind of. Let's just say hi. Here we go, Clutho. Hello, Clutho. So let's go ahead. We'll pop this back in here for scribing tools, and we've got magical metallurgy here. Now, aspects. Oh, we're not ink. Got a weird visual glitch. So obviously, with the thermometer, if I want to scan something, all I have to do, let's say, scan the iron pickaxe. I hold Shift and I right-click on it, and it makes that little sound, and then the aspects pop up. So there we go. And I can do. Can I do the bow? Nope. Lily pad, yeah. So lily pad gives us stuff, and if it doesn't scan, it'll say, nothing can be learned from this, or if you don't have the right aspects unlocked to research something, it'll say you need to research, essence of like movement or something. Motion, I think, is what it says for that. So gunpowder, and let's see if we can do something else. Never scanned our wand, did we? Where'd it go? Wand. Oh, hi. Popped right out there. Okay, there we go. And then sometimes when you scan an item, like the zombie brain, you will discover, like that, discovered corpus. So we've discovered a new aspect from scanning it. And once you have enough aspects, you kind of start to get to the point where you just start discovering things by scanning them, and it becomes kind of crazy and out of control. Like rotten flesh. I never scanned that, did I? It has corpus in it. I never scanned that one. You kind of lose track sometimes too about things that you've scanned, things you haven't scanned. I've discovered new research. So yeah, I've got new research from the Diamond Horse Armor, and I've also discovered Tudamin, which is the armor aspect. So each of these aspects, except for the 6 primal ones, air, aqua, ignis, ordo, perditio, and terra. So these 6 right here, the ones you're probably going to have the most of, by the way. I should mention that, because they're in almost everything you'll scan. Each of those combines together, or they don't always combine together to make something, but they can combine together to make various things. Like, for example, vitreous is terra and ordo. Vacuous, void, is air and perditio. Gelum, ice, cold, is ignis and perditio. So these are various things that combine together to make different aspects. And sometimes those aspects can be combined together to create more complex aspects. Sometimes, like with Mortis, it's a complex aspect like Victus combined with a primal aspect like Perditio. Or sometimes like Fabrico, you have 2 complex aspects, Humanus and Instrumentum, combining together to make Fabrico. But what they're used for, what all these aspects are really, really used for, the most important thing that you need to know about how everything goes into everything and how to combine them and what has what and what doesn't. The 2 important things for knowing what goes, for scanning and knowing what goes into what, is because you can use these items in the Essentia distillation process to break them down to aspects that you can then bottle for some of the complex stuff with the altar. But most importantly, it's just to know so you can do the research to actually unlock most of the things that you'll need to even use the altar for. So for example, let's do magical metallurgy. We've got to connect metallum and precantatio. Now, what makes this interesting is metallum is metal. So it's is that vitreous and terra together, and precantatio is potentia and vacuous. So the problem with that is that they don't actually have a direct connection. And what you have to do is you have to find a way, kind of in like a 6 degrees sort of fashion, to go from Metallum to Precantatio using all these different aspects. And then the grid here is actually how you'll do that. So you can see I've got all these little honeycomb things right here. So let's take Metallum. Metallum has vitreous in it. So we'll go ahead, left click on that, and drag it out to this little area so it's highlighted, release, and it drops in there, and a little line forms here to let you know that these two are connected. So that's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and grab Ordo, and we'll drag that right there. So now we've got a chain going from Metallum to vitreous to Ordo, but Ordo is a primal, so we can't go ahead and just go, Ordo, Ordo, Ordo. We have to figure out how to connect Ordo to Precantatio. And the answer to that is really simple. It's Potentia, because Potentia has Ordo in it. So you can see we go kind of in a chain here. We break it down, Metallum to vitreous to Ordo, and then we build this up, Ordo, Potentia to Precantatio. And that gives us our magical metallurgy. All we do, right click on it, research completed, magical metallurgy. So that's pretty simple. Now let's say we need more lux. Let's say we're doing something, we're researching, and we need more lux. We're low on lux. How do we make more lux? The answer is really simple. All we do is take Ignis and air, the two that combine together to make lux. You put them down here, you just click on them. Ignis pops into here, air pops into here, and you click the purple button that's glowing, and boom, more lux. So this doesn't use up, actually combining elements does not use up your scribing tools ink, but doing the minigame will. So let's take, for example, Node Preserver. It's an important one to know. We want to make sure that we have enough ink here to complete this. So we need Census, which is air. Lucrum, so Fames. Fames has Victus and Vacuous. That makes sense. Aurum has air as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll try to find an easy way. Arbor is usually actually a pretty easy way to connect two things that have air in it, because both have air, Arbor, and you'll find a lot of Arbor, both Arbor and Census and Aurum all have air in them, and Arbor is very plentiful. It's one of the ones that you'll have a lot of stuff that you'll be scanning. You get a lot of Arbor from, wooden things like, trees and anything that's made of wood, oak chests and stuff like that. So now we have to go ahead and try and find a way to combine Lucrum into the rest of that. So we need to take a look here. Aha, I figured it out. So Humanus goes into Lucrum, right? And now Humanus has Bestia in it. So what is in Bestia but Modus? You know what's in Modus? Air. So there we go. Node Preserver has now been researched. And that's an important thing, because what that will do is it opens up Node Najar, something that we'll need in the future, but it also allows us to eventually get our aspects from our nodes without draining the whole node and causing all kinds of crazy issues. We'll talk about that more specifically when we discuss nodes. It's kind of a crazy thing. So we've made our wand. Is there anything else that we can make today? Oh yeah, we can make a crucible. Let's make a crucible. So a crucible is pretty simple to make. You take yourself a cauldron, basic Minecraft cauldron, whatever. Take yourself a cauldron, and where are we going to put it? Put it back here. We'll move it eventually. So cauldron goes down, and right click on it, and it turns it into a crucible. So what's the difference between a cauldron and a crucible? Well, a cauldron only holds water. Crucible you can actually use to make stuff. So basic alchemy. So crucible, obviously we just did this. Crucible, we can throw various things into a crucible, which also needs a heat source underneath it. So keep it away from anything that's wood. We can throw various shards in here. And what that will do, we can use it for things like Salus Mundus. This is actually a new recipe. I didn't remember Salus Mundus being made quite that way before. So smelting a balanced V shard in a furnace creates Salus Mundus. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to go about it. It's probably a little bit easier than the way it used to be. So you can also use it. We also need it for, say, like Thaumium. What we need to find 4 Precantatio, which we would get from either dumping it in via files or throwing in things that have Precantatio in it. And then we need to throw in an iron ingot, and that will make it into Thaumium. And in case you're wondering, well, how do I know what has, various items and what has aspects in it? I actually call it compound and primal aspects. I thought I mentioned them as being simple and complex, but it's kind of a similar idea. But let's go to our Thaumonomicon research here, and if I hover over this, you can see it gives you an idea of everything that has Precantatio in it, and it also gives you see the number there in the bottom right corner? It tells you how much Precantatio one of those items has in it. So, for example, we could throw our enchanting table in there if we wanted to, which has 8 Precantatio. But I would advise against that because there is an issue of it having so many other aspects. We may actually just want to use essential distillation and use the files. It's a little bit easier of a way to be more precise in what we want to do with our research. So let's do essential distillation. We'll do the setup for next time, but go ahead and do one more research minigame just because this is it's interesting to kind of watch how this all comes together. So let's see. Potentia. Oh, so we're out of Potentia. So we can go ahead and take Ignis and Ordo, combine them together. So now we have more in the future. And then we got 1 research point for Potentia. We can go ahead and... This is a good question how we want to do this. Now, I know that Limus, yes, has Aqua in it. And also has... Let's do Ordo here. And we can do Vitreous, Victus. Oh, I actually wanted to combine that differently, huh? Oh, no. Because now I could go Victus there, and there's our research done for essential distillation. And that's all nice and dandy. Research complete. Oh, we got wordagers and labels too. So sometimes when you research one thing, you end up getting multiple things. And what's nice here too is see here the alchemy with the little glow next to it. When you research something new, that little glow will be there. So we've got void jars, we've got wordagers and labels, essential distillation. So essential tubes, like I said, just click on that, and now we've got essential crystallization and advanced essential tubes even, if we want to do that. But, we can also do infusion now. That's an important one. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. I'm going to hold off on that because this is this is to be tossed in lava, Oh, he's talking about the diamonds. Never. Don't listen to his lies. Yeah, I think that's kind of a nice quick introduction to the server. Obviously, we'll be doing some adventures with people and whatnot. Kind of went over some of the basics of Thaumcraft. We'll do a little bit more in the future. I know there's some things I didn't touch on with like the absolute raw basics of Thaumcraft. We talked a little bit, obviously, about the node. We didn't talk about nodes today. We talked about the aspects and whatnot and how that works and scanning stuff to get different things and unlocking research. Yeah, it's kind of a super easy crash course. As I see things, I'm sure I'll mention them in the future. But for now, I must be on my way to do other fun things. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're getting hyped and excited and ready for this. We're going to be doing some building soon. We're going to be going on adventures with people. We'll be doing magic all over the place. There'll be magic all up in this business. So very excited about this. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, and I should mention my dogs don't have names yet. So If you have suggestions for names for the dogs, please leave them in the comments. I'm very, very, very eager to see what you guys come up with. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and have yourselves a magical day. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna work as an outro little clip saying whatever. I tried.